Today, we're revisiting the most popular topic and video on this channel, which is a comparison between the Chestnut Air and the Chestnut Air Plus. It's supernatural for people wanting to decide between these two boards to understand the differences and get people's perspective on which one they should buy. When I originally made the video comparing these two boards back in December of 2023, the Air Plus had just come out. I was super hyped on it because it really was what I wanted the Air to originally be. My conclusion in that video was that for me personally, I would pay the extra money for the Air Plus. So I want to revisit that today in light of new prices and having had both of these boards for over a year now. Before I jump into that, if you're new to this channel, welcome in. If you want to continue supporting me and you find this video helpful, it's always appreciated if you like this video. Subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment if you have any questions, but let's dive into it. So like I mentioned in my previous video, the conclusion was, yes, I like the Air Plus. It has an aesthetic that I personally like, and to this day, I still think that's true for me. The Air Plus is the board that I keep out in my office. It's what I do most of my studying on. If I'm playing on an electronic chessboard just by myself, usually I go to the Air Plus because I like its size. It fits well on every table in my house. I still maintain that the best playing experience is the Chessnut Pro, which is right behind me, but it's huge and cumbersome, and I don't always want to bust it out. So the Air Plus is what sits on my desk. I think it's beautiful. I love the wood look. But in light of new pricing, which is, by the way, the most common comment I get on that old video is, hey, prices are wildly different now. So if you were to buy this as of when I make this video today using my coupon code, you can get the Air Plus for $332 US and the Air for $207 US. So the gap in price between the two has narrowed. They've both gone up in price. And if I think about these two boards today, the hype of the Air Plus has gone down, and I can say all day that for me, the board that I would pick is the Air Plus because I like the way it looks. But as a consumer, I think it'd be hard for me to argue for the Air Plus unless you were so concerned with the way that it looked. If all you're concerned about is getting an electronic chessboard that functions very well, looks good, and is a very manageable size, then I think the go-to is probably the Air. It's easy for me to pick the Air Plus, number one, because I didn't pay for it. First of all, let's be super clear about that. As a creator and a partner and being sponsored by Chestnut, I'm very fortunate to have received that board for free for the purposes of doing a review. I did pay for the Air myself when I first started on this chess journey, and it's still a fantastic board. It's just not the board that I personally keep out. I obviously have a million chessboards. So, choosing between which ones I want to keep out, I want the one that I like looking at the most. And for me, that's the Air Plus. But in today's world, if you're looking for an electronic chessboard, you're not trying to break the bank, maybe you're going to put it away when you're not using it, unlike me with all my boards out, then I think the Air is probably the best choice. It's the most cost effective at $207 before shipping. That's a pretty solid value for what you're getting, and it's still a beautiful board in its own right. I don't think there's anything wrong at all with choosing that over the Air Plus. You hear Air Plus and it makes a consumer want to take the step up. It's an additional $125. And if looks matter to you like they do to me, then you're not going to have any problem spending that money. But if you're waffling between the two because you're just not quite sure, like there's literally no difference between the boards. The Air Plus is the Air with just different look, different materials, but they do exactly the same thing. There's no difference between them. If you want to learn more about exactly what they do and like the fine differences between those two, go check out my original video because I break down the materials, what the pieces look like, but just know they function exactly the same. They're essentially the same board. So I just wanted to make this video as an update because I get a lot of comments on, hey, the pricing's very different now. I get a lot of questions on if I still feel this way. So for me, the Air Plus is what sits out on my desk. But if you as a consumer are not so concerned about the way the board looks, or you don't really care about having wood pieces, then buy the Air, save yourself $125, buy yourself the travel bag, buy yourself a chess clock, save that money, buy a book. I don't know. But it probably makes the most sense for you to save that money Um, if you're still here and you're going to go buy a board, whether it's the Air or the Air Plus, and this helped you, again, super helpful. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Also, if you want to support me, you can use my coupon code Cameron on the Chessnut website. That's going to give you a range of discounts depending on what kind of promotions Chessnut is running. But just know it is always 2% higher than the standard discount that Chessnut has on its website. So, for example, if Chessnut's running a holiday promotion like they did recently for Easter is 15%, Cameron will give you 17%. The standard discount on the Chessnut website is 10%, so you would get 12 with Cameron. So just so you're aware of that, if you have any questions about this board, leave me a comment, or either of these boards, leave me a comment. I still think these are fantastic. They slot right in very well with what's on the market. They're great for studying. They look fantastic. They function super, super well. Chessnut has updated their app since when I made the video about these boards, and I've detailed that in different videos. If you're looking for that, I'll link it in the description of this as well. So again, ask any questions you may have. I'm going to wrap this one up. Until the next video, take care, guys. Thank you.